So I'm pleased to be joined with Megan Hildebrand. You are from Mennonite Collegiate Institute, and we're here to talk about Youth Orbit and just kind of get all those details, kind of get the mission, the vision, the heart behind the event, and kind of all those details, get people excited. Maybe they're looking for something for their kids to do. So, yeah, I'd love for you to just kind of chat about, what is Youth Orbit and kind of what is that mission or vision behind it?
Yeah, I love this question so much, Angela. Youth Orbit, we're finding there's some people from the past that have heard the name before, heard it floating around, especially this year. And it's a tradition that's been around for a long time that we have brought back recently. And the super short version is it's an overnight senior high youth conference. People stay in dorm at our school, and it's just packed with action from check in to check out, from grade 8 to grade 12 students.
And what are you hoping that, after this weekend that these teenagers are gonna take away from it and kind of go back to their lives?
Yeah. Okay. So the mission and specifically this year, we're just feeling I would be as brave as to say like a physical response of just God pouring into this event. And it's our hope for kiddos to come to the event and kind of break down their hearts to see the vibrant Christian community, especially in southern Manitoba. I just sense a real revival coming to young kids across our province, and our chances to provide a safe space, a fun space without any stigma, to come and really dig into that, what that looks like for them, with people that are there to pass on their passion for the Lord. And we've just really carved out a really good plan to make that happen. So it's been really popular, and because it's not flashy, it's just like a stripped down version of what the Lord has in store for the event. And I think that's why kids love it, because they can just be themselves.
And I'd love for you to share, just like if somebody goes, like what can they expect for this conference, for this retreat?
Yeah, great question. So it starts on Friday the 1st, November 1st. Check in. We get kiddos settled in dorm. The majority of the kids that come stay in dorm at our MCI campus. There's a boys' wing and a girls' wing, and they get to meet some new friends, or they can book in as a group. We have some youth groups that are joining us. That's really grown this year. And then they come into Bueller Hall, where we've a high energy kickoff event, prizes, silly games, and then we have kind of the powerhouse of the event. Jenny Franz, she's kind of become a local hero for us. She works with Bread We Break, and they do just the most amazing worship service. So it's a large group, everybody together. And then we have a group session with a speaker. This year is Jordan Baczynski from his name's Parallel with Collide Conference, also in Manitoba. So we have a big event, high energy, and then we kick off into some really quite silly, over the top. We call them Mod Olympics. And it's just ridiculous fun within the school till late into the night. And then we kind of wind down. There's coffee bar and a nacho bar late at night, and a movie and games, and kind of over the top. And then sleep comes whenever the kiddos decide. Sometimes it's 3 in the morning. Sometimes it's 10:30 for those that are peopled out. And then the next morning is another large group session where we really tone it down, and it's more about prayer and personal connection. And people just really seem to pour it out in that moment. And then small groups in the afternoon on Saturday, and then food in there, games in there, and the evening kicks off with another large group session. So it's jam packed, but it kind of works for all personalities.
Yeah, and I guess it's perfect for like teenagers that just seem to have endless energy that they just kind
Yeah,
of go for those 2 days, and sounds
yeah,
like it's going to be a ton of fun. And I
yeah.
was looking at your website, and you said the theme is revive, restoring, and renewing faith. So I'd love for you to kind of chat. Why was that chosen? Why is that kind of like a specific line that you want to highlight this year?
Yeah, this is the part that specifically touches me and actually kind of makes me emotional this year. Me and my partner in crime from the school, Jamie Falk, this is our third year. So we kicked it off. We kind of felt we had this really great structure of the prettiness of the event, like what we needed to do, that we hoped kids would find it cool, and just really felt we wanted to really open our hands up this year and just call the Lord in and say, how can you use this? let's just put all the flash aside and we just were praying for revival for these kids specifically, that their faith wouldn't just be what they've heard or what they have been told that they need, but that they could really hear the Lord speak to them, that the Bible would feel alive and vibrant to them through the people we bring in. And so it kind of felt like a revival for the kids, wherever they're at in their faith, whether it's the tiniest seed or a beautiful family tree of faith in their history, and revival for our province, revival for our little school. Like there's lots of things. And it just, the more we prayed over it, it kept popping up with some of the people that have come out of the woodworks to help us. It's a word that's been on the tip of their tongue. And we just knew that God was really bringing that forward for the event. And everything about it just made it feel more authentic in the people that we were working with, and in our prayers for the event. We were like, we felt that we needed to step back because it was all coming together so very perfectly. Just felt like the perfect theme for this year.
Yeah, and it's so cool when everything just kinda lines up and it just makes
Yeah.
sense, and so I'm sure that's really amazing for you, and, personally, as you're getting ready for this conference and to welcome all these kids in, maybe this is going to be their introduction to faith and to Christianity, what are you most looking forward to for this weekend?
Yeah. I just am a little bit silly how much I love this weekend overall. Um, Anyone in my world knows it's a big deal for me. And this year, we've just been met by an army of beautiful partners. Anchor Point Church has really shown up, the Bread We Break crew. We've just had people kind of coming out that are really parallel to us. So for me, I have just been praying that um, Jenny pointed it well. She said that we would honor God's plan for this event and it wouldn't be about what we think it needs to be. And the fruit of what's happening with that is so clear that I have felt personally bringing in kiddos that haven't seen anything like this, it's stepping back and watching them feel the Holy Spirit for the first time, or just feeling it feels different and real. That's probably my most favorite part, because it's not, you can't manufacture that. That's something kiddos have to want. And if you partner with the right people and you're intentional in what that looks like, um, kids just see it in a new way, and that's totally my favorite part, Angela, is kind of being the fly on the wall and just definitely crying while I get to watch. But when it feels that you've done well and you've listened to the prayers of the people, and and just really invited God to take over the event in general, it's the best part.
And as maybe like a CHVN listeners and people that are watching this video right now, how can they be in prayer for this event and kind of what's to come, even following the event as the kids kind of go, they experience, and then they just go back into their life?
Yeah. So prayer requests are that we would stay um, listening for wisdom on how to plan and what this is supposed to be like, that our team would have the energy that matches the kiddos. It's a different kind of energy for high school students. Um, that kids would come. That sounds like a silly request, but we really want anybody whose heart maybe is really calling for this, that they are welcome and they can be inside these walls. And um, after, actually, I love that part of your question. We have kiddos that have really big moments, and we as a team after the event. So somebody maybe pours their heart out and meets the Lord for the first time and has their eyes open to what that means. That's just as much on our brain after the event, that we hold these kids up. So it's not just a one time shot, that they really can feel it's a community, it's a youth orbit community. And we are there in the follow up. We like to make ourselves available. Through our partners, but also through different events and different avenues, even if it's just reaching out through our Instagram or knowing that we're there as they explore the things that they learn. There's a lot of ways you can pray for us. Pretty much all prayer is a good prayer for our event.
Sounds good. And, if someone wants to get more details and like tickets, like how much do tickets cost? Where can they get those? Where can they
Yeah.
kind of follow along with all those details?
The best way is to go to the MCI website. So that's mciblues.net. Youth Orbit pops up right away. There's a all the kinds of info there. You can register there. There's also an opportunity for group registration there that's really easy for youth groups. You can buy merch there. You can see what's happening on Instagram from years past. We'll put out a song list. There's lots of resources there, and they can reach out to me too. My information is available on the website or through MCI. So that's Mennonite Collegiate in Gretna. You can reach out to us there, and we're happy to help. We're easy to find.
Well, Megan, thank you so much for joining us and kind of sharing about this. And we're excited to hear how this goes and hear all the stories that are going to come from this and the testimonies.
This is amazing. Thank you for partnering with us on this, Angela. It means a lot.